Hi, everybody. Joe Cioffi here with Weather in 5 days in 5 minutes, brought to you by Omni True Value Hardware, 1226 North Wellwood Avenue in West Babylon, New York, in full spring mode for your landscaping needs. 631-756-1125 for the best prices in town. OmniTrueValue.com is the website. And Tempest by Weatherflow. Get the revolutionary Tempest weather system and join the fastest growing observing network on the planet. The links are on the descriptor to this video, and use the coupon code Joe and Joe Weather Show, and you get an extra 10% off on any weather merchandise that you purchase. All right, as we take a look at the weather across the U.S. today, not a whole lot happening, really. We do have some dry issues from southern New Jersey down in Virginia, which is why we have the red flag warnings that are up there. In the Northeast, it's all about an upper low that is just crawling through southeastern Canada. So that's why it kind of feels like a cold early spring day, because it is a cold early spring day out there. Meanwhile, we've got some wintry weather in parts of the Pacific Northwest to the northern plains. That'll probably increase as we go through tomorrow, and dry weather conditions in the western plains down as far south as New Mexico and West Texas. Here's our issue today, and you see all these clouds and the circular shape of the structure here in southeastern Canada from this upper air storm, what's left of the storm system that was back in the Great Lakes the last couple of days. That is only very slowly moving east. The cloud line looks to be from about central New Jersey on southward, where from there down through the southeast and Florida, it's a gorgeous day, and also back across through much of the south and into the Midwest. We've got some moisture building in parts of Texas, where we're seeing some showers and thunderstorms. You can see the lightning strikes there as of 1 p.m. In eastern Texas. And also we've got moisture that's coming in from the Pacific into the Pacific Northwest and plains, and that's going to be an issue over the next couple of days. On the radar, light precip in the form of some sprinkles and even some snow showers. Because the air aloft is so cold. Even had a few reports of sleet in parts of northeastern Pennsylvania and into the Catskills today. So just have to sort of get through this day, and then we'll start to see the atmosphere relax a little bit. But temperatures in the Northeast not getting out of the 50s. It's quiet radar-wise from New Jersey, the rest of Pennsylvania down into Florida. We've got some showers and a few thunderstorms, as we pointed out, forming in parts of the western Gulf and in eastern Texas. We're seeing light precip in the form of snow, and in lower elevations as you head westward, it is in the form of rain. That covering much of the northern Rockies and also up into the Pacific Northwest. Nothing major here to speak of. The Storm Prediction Center today has a marginal risk from Wyoming to Iowa, and then down southward through western Kansas into northwest Texas. Otherwise, it's fairly quiet from the standpoint of thunderstorms, except for the immediate coast of the Pacific Northwest. As we check out the next couple of days, it is going to get a bit busier. Tomorrow, we have a slight risk from central Oklahoma northeast into Iowa, and that's going to come with a 2% tornado risk. This is not looking like a major severe weather outbreak. And then as we move on to Thursday into Friday, the risk area shifts eastward from the lower lakes, including Chicago, for example. South and west, we get into a slight risk from southeast Missouri into eastern Texas. And as we check out the day 4 through 8 outlook, day 4 has a 15% implied slight risk in eastern Texas across into Louisiana. We check out the other days. We have predictability too low for day 5. For day 6, this is Saturday into Sunday. Day 6 is Sunday into Monday. Now, they have potential too low here, but we may have to deal with some showers and possibly some thunderstorms with a cold front come Sunday. That'll be the next chance of any significant precipitation in the Northeast and Mid-Atlantic states. And it could be on the order of 3/4 of an inch to an inch. You see some patches of 1.5 inches in upstate New York and in northern New England. Some heavier rains from the lower Ohio Valley southwest to the lower Mississippi Valley on the order of 1.5 to as much as 2 to 3 inches in some places. And of course, it remains busy in the Pacific Northwest. Let's back it up. And of course, today, with this storm system still in southeastern Canada, you see the models producing some patchy precip into upstate New York and northwest PA. That starts to die out as the low starts to pull away and higher pressures build in on Wednesday. So with temperatures just in the 50s today, tomorrow I think we'll make it back into the 60s in eastern Pennsylvania to southern New England. Now on Thursday, there's a little warm front that's going to set up once right over Long Island to maybe northern New Jersey. Models been sort of going back and forth on this, being a little further north or a little further south, kind of settling here. So there might be a couple of showers late Wednesday night and Thursday morning. Warmer air will be building across the southeastern part of the United States and expanding northeastward. And you see a low there in Iowa with patches of heavy downpours, and probably, again, as indicated by the Storm Prediction Center, will have severe weather risk as a cold front starts to push east. That front is going to have a tough time moving eastward. So we should be fine here weather-wise Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. We should warm up nicely. The only thing is we don't have, as we had late last week when we had that strong westerly gradient for a couple of days, which caused temperatures to soar to record highs in the first 90s of the season. Not much of a gradient this time around, so we're going to be subject to local sea breezes or maybe even just a south wind, which will hold the temperatures down. But I think we'll start to see temperatures into the 70s Thursday and maybe 70s to near 80 for Friday into Saturday. The cold front coming east gets initially hung up. Another wave is going to develop on this on Saturday and head northeastward. You see lots of heavy rain and thunderstorms in the Ohio and Tennessee Valley on Saturday. I don't think we have any problems here, but we will have a south wind, which will probably hold the temperatures down. We may also have some clouds to deal with. But then on Sunday, with the low moving more northward than eastward, this cold front's just going to crawl eastward. We'll probably get into some showers and some thunderstorms during the day, Sunday into Sunday night. You see how the model has this sort of a stick of showers and thunderstorms moving through. They get hung up later Sunday afternoon into Sunday night. So this offers the opportunity for a widespread inch-plus rainfall, I think. And then after that, only slow improvement into early next week because that front's going absolutely nowhere. And the pattern next week actually starts to look a bit blocky. So something we're going to have to keep our eyes on because we know that we can easily evolve into a gloom and doom scenario this time of year. All right, Joe and Joe Weather Show tonight at 7:35 p.m. Eastern Time, and we'll talk about all of this and get into the long range, so be sure to join us tonight at 7:35 p.m. Eastern.